Where do you advertise your business? We're going to answer that question in this video. Okay, let's rock and roll. Where do you advertise your business? You're probably asking that question because if you were like me many eons ago when I started my first business, I was very gun shy and very scared of where to spend my money on advertising because I didn't want to lose money. That was the most difficult thing for me. Was I only had a limited budget and there was really nobody that I knew within that business that I felt could give me any kind of advice whatsoever. Most of them are, your competition's not going to tell you, hey, this is working, so you should advertise here to compete with me, right? So who do you go to get the best advice for advertising your business? Well, I'll tell you, I've advertised this over and over myself, as I've said in the 5 pillars of building a successful business and maintaining it, building a successful foundation for your business, that one of the key ones is making friends and making friends within your industry. And the beautiful thing about social media and being online is you can meet a lot of people in various cities throughout America, or if this is worldwide, various cities worldwide that are in the exact same business, the exact same industry as you are, and are going through the same struggles and questions and challenges that you are. And so networking with those people, whether it's joining like a Facebook group, right? For, like say for example, for escape rooms, one of my businesses is we have escape rooms. There are countless websites for escape room owners on Facebook. Facebook groups, not websites. There's actually countless websites as well, but there's countless Facebook groups for actual owners of escape room businesses. And so a lot of those owners will collaborate with each other to see what's working, what's not, and obviously how to improve. It's the whole saying, high tide raises all ships. And so your competition in other states, theoretically, right? When you think competition, you're like, they're in my business, they're in my industry. But the people that are in your industry in other states really don't compete with you if you have like a local business. Even if it's an online business, there's usually plenty to go around that if you guys are going back and forth and sharing good ideas, you're going to probably benefit, both of you are going to benefit by opening up and sharing what's working and what's not. So if you can get, like I talked about making friends, if you can get in a good group and network with those people, whether it's in a Facebook group, there's local groups. You could even join your local chamber of commerce. They've got, different, different meetup groups and things like that, and try to meet a lot of people from different businesses. They don't necessarily have to be a competing business for you to get good, say, advertising help, okay? So you're saying, where do I advertise my business? Well, just because you're, say, a restaurant and somebody else is an escape room owner doesn't mean that they can't give you good advice of where to advertise, because they might have tried something and they said, well, wait a second. I've tried 5 different things in the last 90 days, and this one thing is paying off tremendously. Just hearing that alone probably saved you thousands of dollars. And you can try it, see if it works for your business for a few months, and there's a good chance that will help you out a lot. Now, when you're talking about having a limited budget, and I know what that's like, that's where the biggest challenge comes, because with a limited budget, you can't just advertise on the radio and you can't just advertise on TV. You could, but you're going to run out of money because all those ads, they go fast. Usually to set up a good campaign for radio or TV, when I say good, I don't mean like incredible, I mean like decent. You got to spend thousands of dollars per month. And they'll tell you that, the salespeople always tell you, oh, you need to, in order for this to properly work, you got to sign up for 6 months or 12 months or whatever, because you got to keep, getting your name out there. And they're right. They're not lying to you, but they're also salespeople, right? They're looking for a way for you to spend a bunch of money and to get a regular commitment from you. So it's kind of tough if you're a small business owner and you're like, gosh, do I advertise on radio and TV? They want $3,000 a month for me for 6 months or 12 months or however long it is. That's a lot of money. I don't recommend going that route. Later in life, later in your business career, when your business is doing extremely well and generating tons of profits, and you want to go to the next level and you say, hey, I haven't tried radio and TV and we're making tons of money. We have extra disposable. We want to give it a shot for 6 months and just see what happens. And when they do that, they're usually able to afford that. It's built within their budget. But if you were like me, when we were starting out early, we might have only had $5,000 or $10,000 total in our company operating account. So to commit to like a $18,000 contract didn't seem very feasible, right? We didn't want to do that. So this is where I would recommend that you start getting your business out there. This is how I would start organically to start advertising your business. Is the number one thing would be all forms of social media, because it's free. There's no cost to do it. It's just going to take your time and your energy and your upkeep. And the beauty is you can do it at your own leisure, right? You can do it when you're 10 o'clock at night, when you're about ready to go to bed. You can make posts and schedule posts and things like that. You can do it early in the morning. Whenever you'd like to set it up is kind of at your leisure. And that's what's beautiful about that. So I would set up, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, start a YouTube channel. There's no reason not to start a YouTube channel and start regularly doing videos, especially if you're going to start getting subscribers and followers. If you have a really cool business concept, you might be surprised how many people start subscribing and watching what you do. And that ends up becoming a free form of advertising, basically for eternity, right? Because once you do a good video and you upload it, it's up there forever. So your business is just going to get free advertising as people click play on every one of your videos. TikTok's a great new avenue. I'm not as experienced with that. I have been playing with it as well. I've seen some businesses explode and do extremely well. I see a lot of people trying stuff. TikTok is obviously short video clips, where people are dancing and doing goofy stuff. But one thing that I like about TikTok is real. Meaning, a lot of times when you see an ad, they've rehearsed it and it's all meant to be, super professional and perfect. Well, there's so much imperfection in TikTok that it's real. So, let's say with our axe throwing business, we might be just doing TikTok videos, just goofing off, throwing axes, and there's no script. We're just having fun, and it's 15 seconds, and the video's done. That's it. We just did a video, and then somebody found it cool, shared it, liked it, commented, whatever, and then we end up getting 1,000 views or whatever it is, just because we created some goofy 15-second TikTok video, and it doesn't take that long. So the number one spot that I would start would be, I would go with the free social media. And then another way, people don't think about this when they think of advertising. I kind of said it earlier, I think. Setting up and paying for an annual membership with your local Chamber of Commerce. And that initially doesn't feel like advertising. You're like, well, what exactly is it? If you've never joined the Chamber of Commerce, I highly recommend it. Like, I would make it an absolute must for a new business, because that is a great way to advertise your business. The second that you join the Chamber, they immediately start promoting you. So they say, hey, we have a new member, and they put your company logo and your information. So now all the other business owners who have money, business owners generally have money, get to see, oh, this new restaurant opened, or this new axe throwing location. That's cool. Maybe we should go try that. And yeah, you paid an annual membership fee. It might have been $500 a year. But when that breaks down to like a monthly, if you think about it monthly, you're talking like $42 a month-ish. $42 a month, that's like $1 something a day to advertise in front of all these other business owners in the Chamber of Commerce. It's great. And what's even better is when you join, you're able to go every month and multiple times a month to different, Chamber of Commerce meetings and meet up with other business owners and socialize and again, network and pass out business cards and things like that. So that again is a very inexpensive way to advertise your business. And I'll tell you, what ends up happening as you start advertising on Facebook, and you start advertising and you start going to Chamber of Commerce meetings and shaking hands and doing things like that. Or maybe during COVID-19, you're giving air high fives, right? You're not shaking hands, but whatever. Once you start getting your name out there, then the absolute best form of advertising starts setting in. And what is that? Word of mouth, right? That's the cheapest form of advertising that there is. So once you start, think about this. Think about this strategy on how you're starting. And I've started the last 2 businesses I did. This is how it started. That's the basics of it. You start setting up your social media. You start hyping up your business. It's really not costing you anything. If you'd like, you can set a budget for Facebook and create Facebook ads and run them. And I recommend that too. Just do it with caution. Don't overspend. And that'll get your name out even more because you can boost the posts, right? And then you need to start learning or find a social media expert that can help you with how to analyze the data to see how your results are with Facebook Ads Manager. But once you get that going, once you get all your social media going, you're hyping up your business, you're going to Chamber of Commerce meetings. If you're doing that prior to open up your business, which is what I recommend, it's kind of like the hype before a movie, right? Before movies come out, what do? You see commercials for the trailer of a movie like months, sometimes a year before it comes out. So they sit there and they hype you up. And then when it comes out, everybody's just so excited to go see it. And so that's what you want to do with your business. You want to basically have teasers, right? Like movie trailers in a sense, right? And tease people in advance. And it doesn't cost you much if you're utilizing social media and you join the chamber and things like that. It doesn't cost you much. And then ultimately, as you're excited about your business, your enthusiasm rubs off on all these people. And then they start talking. They'll just be with their family, their friends, their other business associates. And they'll be like, oh yeah, I heard about one of those, that axe throwing place. Yeah, they're down the street actually. They're getting ready to open up in a couple months. You should try. I've heard great things about that. I've seen them online, whatever. They're a blast. So again, there's so many different forms and ways to advertise. But what I highly recommend as always, when you're starting out in a business, is to keep your expenses low. Find crafty, smart ways to not have to go spend your money. Just because you have that money doesn't mean you have to just go blow it on advertising, right? Because the advertising costs can really gobble up your business's bankroll. And if you do that, then you're going to start getting into money trouble if you're not very well financially funded for your business. So organically start, give it time, let it marinate. Things take time to come into motion, right? You don't just have all of a sudden out of nowhere, you're going to just start advertising your business and get discouraged in a week because nobody's coming to your business, nobody's calling, nobody's liking, nobody's commenting. Give it time. Businesses take time. But the more energy you put into it, right? The more time and energy you're putting into it, the more it's probably going to grow and the quicker it's going to grow. So remember that. As always, it's going to come up to you. What's the beautiful thing about having your own business is the results are based off of your efforts. They're based off of your efforts, your direction, your coordination, your hardship, your blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak. Remember that. So don't blame anybody else. You just got to put in more work. Put in more work. Just make it happen. That's what I always say. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to keep continuing to try to deliver helpful videos for your business. And remember, as always, if it gets tough, never give up. Push hard and be the hustler.